Welcome, everybody. Welcome to your meditation. Please take a little bit of time and get comfortable. If you are seated, I recommend that you put something under your feet. If you're seated in a chair, have something under the feet. That way, you're able to get the knees in line with the hips or a little higher. Maybe even have the feet propped up on an additional chair. If you are lying down, you might want to put something underneath your knees or bend the knees while you lie down on your back. Meditation does not have to be done seated on the floor with a crisscross leg position. Preferably find any position where you feel the most comfortable. That way, we get any distractions from the body out of the way and we can dig into the art of managing the mind. Let's take at least 1 minute to get comfortable, knowing that you can move around, you can fidget, you can shift at any time to create comfort. Meditation is not about clearing the mind. If anything, it's about opening the mind so that we're able to recognize various thoughts, be aware of various sensations and feelings, and then learn skills, tools, knowledge to manage the way that we are interpreting those sensations or those feelings. So ultimately, we're working to minimize the stress that we feel or the magnitude at which the body is interpreting life's stressors, whether they be environments or in our heads or from our bodies. So get comfortable with your body. And again, move whenever you want to move, be still whenever you want stillness. We're going to begin today with a pretty active breathing technique. These traditional breathing techniques are taken from traditional Buddhist meditations and yoga practices for manipulating cardiovascular health and brain rhythms. They are not meant to be religious or spiritual in any way. If anything, there's a lot of neuroscience behind it. So the first breathing technique is called Anuloma Krama. And it's done like this. There's a bunch of fast little inhalations and then one long exhale alongside. So the breathing technique is done like this. You'll exhale all the way. And it's a bunch of fast little inhales. So it's almost like the type of breathing that the body naturally does after we have a crying spell. So after you have like a big emotional release with tears, the body will naturally attempt to regulate itself again through this type of a breathing pattern. And the breathing pattern happens naturally. That's what the nervous system does on its own. And it's something that we can also control. So this is something we're going to practice about 10 of these. So again, it's a bunch of little inhales. It's just like the getting the sniffles after you've been worked up from an emotional release of crying. And then it's a big sigh. After you have those sniffles or you have a bunch of tiny inhales, you might want to pause for a long time. So basically, you're going to be holding the breath, but you can let it go at any time. So let's try anywhere from 5 to 10 of these. It'll just depend on your own personal rhythms. Let's begin by sitting tall or relaxing your body. Wherever you are, feel as if your chin is down. So wherever neutral is for your spine, you're going to take your chin down from that point. This is a specific positioning for the spine to manage neurological information that goes from the brain down your spinal cord to the extremities. So we want to relax the chin and the head. Exhale all the way. First round, bunch of little inhales. Maybe like 7, hold it. Hold it, hold it, hold it for as long as it feels right. When you're ready, let it go with a sigh. Just a big letdown with the whole body. Now try maybe 7 of those short inhales. Exhale all the way. 7 inhales. Hold it, chin down. When you're ready, let it go. Again. Release. Few more. Inhale, 7 little steps. Hold it, pull in a few more sips. Release. You could be moving faster or slower. Inhale. Let's do at least one more. And again, you could go faster or slower. Hold it. Draw in a few more sips. And release. Now just breathe easy. Put both hands over your chest. And as you inhale, breathe up around the heart. And then let it go. A couple more like this. Inhale through the nose. Exhale from the throat. Exhale as if you're trying to fog a mirror. Big inhale. Now relax the hands down beside you. If we're seated, the hands may naturally fall with the palms up or down, and they could be on your knees or close in your lap. Whenever we're lying down on our backs, the hands might go on the belly or out beside us. And again, palms up versus palms down is a personal choice. Now, in order to equip you with a little more knowledge for the active meditation, palms up is usually something that we do to work with depression or with energies in the body that are very slow moving. If we're feeling tired, or maybe we're not able to focus very well, we might want to turn the palms up. If we've been feeling anxious, so maybe we're not focusing because of anxiety, this is a different type of focus to address. Maybe we feel like we had a little too much caffeine today, or the brain is really chatty. In that case, turn your palms down. So you want to feel that the palms of the hands are either touching onto the laps and legs or onto the floor beside you. Take a moment and experiment with that. Palms down or palms up. And as we continue through the meditation, that could change at any time as well. So establish your palm gesture up or down. Lower the head again. Eyes can stay open to look past your nose and cheeks, or maybe just close the eyes halfway. In your mind, feel as if you are immersed in your breath. And as we begin to observe the breath, your body might reveal a color to you. So being immersed in the breath is similar to being suspended in a cloud, energetically feeling that the breath is all around us, and it might take a shape. It might take a color. It might even make a sound for us. So maybe the breath is red or orange. It could be a gold or a silvery blue. It could even be white light. In cases where we cannot see a color, allow yourself to have a sense of a color. What does gold light feel like? What does it feel like to maybe have your body bathing in rays of gold light? What does white light feel like? Noticing as we suggest to the body to be aware of the sensation of white light. What does it feel like? It could be cool or warm, heavy or light. It could make us feel a sense of expansion, or maybe there's a heaviness, a sense of contraction with that light. Let's just notice. And if we maybe have a thought that says, I notice no change with the light, that's something to notice as well. So let's allow ourselves to be suspended, immersed in this light. Now, and as we inhale now, see that this light enters as to two rays of light moving into each nostril and moving up to the very middle of your brain. Exhale, soften the whole body. Inhale, draw the light in through the nostrils again, up to the middle of the brain. And then exhale, completely relax. So let's begin to fill the mind space with this light. Temporarily, we empty ourselves of the physical brain, instead focusing on the sensation of filling the mind space with light. Inhaling 2 rays of light, one into each nostril to the middle of the brain. Hold on to that energy in the mind space, and then exhale. Continue to ready the body for more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Now, at some point, we might sense a little bit of pressure in the mind space as we continue to draw the breath and the light into the mind. At that point where we feel pressure in the mind space, we're going to inhale 2 rays of light to the middle of the brain, and then exhale a single ray of white light from the center of your forehead out in front of the body. We'll inhale any color of the breath, inhaling it into the middle of the brain. And then exhale, notice a softening between the eyebrows at the middle of the forehead, maybe even feeling that the muscles spread or the eyebrows fall away from each other so that you open the third eye space and there is the release of pressure as one single ray of white light leaving from the middle of your forehead. Establishing that rhythm of inhaling to the middle of the brain, exhale from the center of the forehead. The inhale is expanding, it's opening. The exhale is softening and contracting. At some point, feeling for the presence of perfect peace in that expansion and contraction. Let's take maybe 3 to 5 quiet breaths. Inhale to the center of the mind. Exhale a single ray of light, a single force from the middle of the forehead. Let's allow the breath as it comes into the middle of the mind space. Let's allow it to bring up any discomforts that we might have been working through today, yesterday, in the past month, in the past year, at any point in our lives, as an act of radical courage, radical openness. Open yourself up, open the body, and as you inhale, allow the body to bring up to the mind space any fear, shame, guilt, mistrust, suffering, grief, illusions, ego. Let it come up. Inhale, and now let it go. Notice if there's a pause after the inhale. Does the body resist letting these things go? Inhale, exhale. Perhaps even make the body let it go, especially if we know that it is our will, our logic, our being says, I'm ready to be done with this. Sometimes the body is stubborn, so we're going to make the body let it go. Inhale, suffering, mistrust, ego, lies, illusions, grief, shame, grudges. Big inhale, let it go. Let's practice this for a quiet minute. And maybe it's things that we let go of that there's no real awareness of. Maybe we say to ourselves, I feel well in this moment. We still can work through this exercise to be proactive, to simply cleanse the mind space and organize random thoughts so that there's more clarity, more peace, more balance as we move through the day. About a quiet minute. Inhale to the middle of the brain. I now let this go. Let it go. Let's try it for a quiet minute. Take in a deep breath. One final time, let it go. When you're ready, place both hands on your belly. Let's connect to the body. The stomach is the place that can hold a lot of stress relative to emotions like shame and guilt. These are unique emotions. Shame, I am something wrong. Guilt, I have done something wrong. These are the two energies that create the most self-criticism. They're the most destructive to feeling productive and to being able to manifest joy in our lives. So take a moment and just feel for the belly. Feel for the body. Notice if there's any queasiness there. Is there any dis-ease? Any shakiness? Perhaps the energy is slow or stagnant. If you're noticing any of this at all, maybe there's nothing to notice. Wherever you are with this, breathe into your belly now. Round out the stomach. And then exhale, contract the muscles in the belly. Squeeze out every bit of breath. Let's try 2 more like this. Inhale, big expansion of the belly. Exhale, squeeze it out. Contract the navel in, pull the side ribs in, tighten the glutes and the low back as well. Maybe even pull your inner thighs together and pull up the pelvis muscles. Release all that. Inhale. Exhale all the way. Contract the muscles in the ribs. Pause after that exhale. Pull the pelvis muscles up and in. Pull the ribs in. Squeeze your knees and thighs towards each other. And now let it all go. Take a moment to rest with the body, embrace some stillness. As this concludes your meditation practice today and detoxification process, we could place the hands on the chest or bring them to the heart for traditional closing. Let's draw in a unifying breath together. And then exhale. Namaste, everyone. Peace be with us all. Have a fantastic day.